Alright, as we all know, Optimus Prime is one of the most consistent characters in the Transformers franchise, if not the most consistent, especially in regards to design cues and his color scheme. Main colors are red and blue with a red torso and arms and a blue head and legs. Obviously there have been small differences here and there, but for the most part across the almost 40 years of the franchise, that's remained pretty consistent. But through those 40 years, we've also had some alternate color schemes for the character, and today we're going to be taking a look at the ones that I consider the best, some of my favorites, and this won't be a ranking or anything. There are two that I believe are better than the others that I will save for the end, but this isn't specifically oh, I like this one a bit more than this one and this one. And I'm also going to be leaving out Scourge or Nemesis Prime based color schemes, even ones like say the Black Knight Optimus Prime from the Takara Age of Extinction line, because technically speaking that's still Optimus Prime, just in those colors. I'm gonna let those kind of be their own thing just because they are based around being Nemesis Prime or a reference to Scourge. A lot of these will still keep red and blue as the main colors for Optimus, but I just wanted to touch on the ones that at least deviate from the standard, I guess you could say, a little bit, if not completely deviate. So starting off with a simple one that I know is pretty popular for the most part, there is the Galaxy Force Optimus Prime from Transformers Cybertron. This is obviously the Cybertron Optimus Prime toy, which is already a very cool design, and it pretty much just replaces the blue for black. I believe the red might be a bit darker as well. I'm not sure off of the top of my head. I unfortunately don't have any version of the Cybertron Leader Class toy, but I like these colors. It's a very simple change of just switching blue for black, but I dig that. It's a simple change that I really like, and I think deserve to at least be mentioned here, just because it's a great color scheme. Next up is one that I know seemed a little unpopular when it first came out, which is the Defender Optimus Prime. I remember seeing when it was revealed in, I believe, late 2009. A lot of people said the color scheme was kind of plain, and to a certain degree I can't really disagree, but something about it just works for me. I really love the gray. In the truck mode, I like the almost metallic looking red flames, and then the silver flames are great. I really like that, and it looks great on the blue. That gray and the blue with the metallic flames just works for me. And then in the robot mode, I also think it works. Again, something about the gray I really dig, and the black feet. And then you still got the blue legs, and you got a little bit of blue here and there, especially in the torso, and of course the head, that kind of stays the same. And he has a little bit of red on the chest and arms to kind of keep that slightly consistent, but again, it's different enough, and it adds these bits of copper, which I think looks great. I can't quite put my finger on what it is, but for me, this is a color scheme that really works. Maybe it's not the most excited color scheme, but I think it is very cool in its own way. Next up, and I feel like this one is kind of vaguely related to Defender Prime in terms of colors, there's the Silver Knight Optimus Prime. Now I'm going to be taking a look at three sort of versions, I guess you could say, of this, being the concept art version, the repaint of the first edition Age of Extinction Optimus mold, and then the repainted Dark of the Moon Deluxe version. Now the concept art for this is pretty cool because it's an all silver Optimus Prime. It almost looks more like chrome to me. He has some blue here and there, like on the shoulders, bits on the helmet, and in the legs, and it appears to mostly be the final Knight design that we see in the film, but there are some details here and there that change. But at the very least, it's a pretty cool looking idea that somehow got an entire Target exclusive thing. I don't want to call it the Silver Knight subline, but it definitely had a lot going for it. And this repaint of the first edition mold I do think looks neat. Granted, that mold sucks, like it's really not good. And some of the colors could have been handled better, especially in the truck mode, because it really is just plain gray plastic, and like the kind of bad looking plain gray plastic. That's one I did some custom paint work on, added some more silver to it, did some metallic golds and coppers and stuff like that. I do think that helped kind of breathe more life into this. And then there's the Dark of the Moon Deluxe, which I did because most of it is chrome, which looks very cool. It has some red and blue here and there, and in a way I almost kind of wish you could sort of combine all of these, like take the cool chrome look of the concept art, but maybe add some more blue and add some red from the first edition mold and Dark of the Moon Deluxe repaints colors, you know, maybe some of the flames here and there. I think it could look pretty cool, but something about this super shiny silver or chrome Optimus Prime just seems very cool to me, especially in the context of him looking like a knight, because he legitimately would look like a knight in shining armor then, and I just find that extremely cool. Alright, and then next there's the G2 Battle Hero Optimus Prime. Now I'm not talking about the original version. I think those colors look fine, and I mean it's basically the same about what I'm going to get into. I just like these other ones more. I'm talking about the repaint of the Reveal the Shield Deluxe Laser Optimus Prime from the Generations Ultimate Battle 4-pack. I believe it was the Ultimate Battle, and I love these colors. I love the mostly blue color scheme. The truck mode though, can kind of look a bit iffy, but I think he really shines in the robot mode. I love the dark blue, and there is a lighter blue used on the legs. You got this really nice red color, which I feel like could kind of border on being a little pink. Again, it works. I like the red faceplate. There's something about these colors that just really work for me. This is easily among my favorites of Optimus Prime's alternate color schemes. Next up is the Amazon Japan exclusive Revenge of the Fallen Leader Optimus that was bundled with the Japanese release of the Revenge of the Fallen DVD. This guy was pretty rare, and there was also a KO done that was basically the same. That's what I have of it. In any case, the colors on this guy are super cool. This gets kind of close to looking like a Nemesis Prime or Scourge. I consider this to at least be a little different since it doesn't have the teal or red, but he is mostly black. He has a lot of gold, sort of a cobalt blue, and of course just gray here and there, and gold and black flames along with translucent blue swords. Just all together, this is a pretty badass color scheme. I think it looks very cool in robot mode. I love that blue color. I think it looks extremely cool, and the swords look great as well. And you know, I feel like it all kind of comes together pretty well. I think it works. And then in the truck form is where the black and gold really shines, and I feel it looks great in this mode as well. It's simple, effective, and it's a color scheme that I would love to see come back someday. This one's super cool. Next up is one that I feel like a lot of people would say is their favorite of Optimus Prime's alternate colors. The Power Links colors from Transformers Armada, specifically the ones featured in the show, because the show colors and toy colors are a little different. The ones in the show, just the black, the dark blue, just the bits of red here and there. He still got the blue helmet, which is nice. This just looks badass. I love it. And the fact that it's only really in what, the last, I know it's in the very last episode of Armada, but I also believe the last little bit of the episode before that. I'll just say the last 2 episodes. It's kind of criminal, man. I wish it had more. It just looks so damn cool. The toy colors are okay, but I feel like in general, it's a bit brighter with some things, like the black and stuff isn't really as dark or really even black, to be honest. I don't like the red faceplate on here as much. Maybe it's because there's not a whole lot of red anyway, so it just feels a little off to me. I don't know. I definitely prefer the silver faceplate of the show colors. The toy colors are fine, but the show colors are definitely where it's at with this color scheme. I really hope that we see the upcoming Legacy Commander class Armada Optimus Prime done in these colors as well. They're so freaking cool. And then the last one featured here, which is also my all-time favorite alternate Optimus Prime color scheme, is the Nightwatch Optimus Prime from the first movie toy line. Now, in case anyone didn't know, there are 2 versions of this color scheme, the US version and the version from the UK. The US version obviously has the all-spark blue and has this really bright, almost kind of, I guess, gold color, and the UK version basically replaces those with black and a darker sort of copper color. Not in all of the exact same spots, but I do think it is a very noticeable difference. I'm not sure which of the 2 I prefer, because as much as I kind of like the overall darker look of the UK colors, I still do like the all-spark blue from the US version and that gold color. I almost kind of wish you could combine the 2. Keep some of the all-spark blue, keep some of that gold, but also have some more of the black and that darker sort of copper. I'm a bit biased because it's all blue, and of course I love blue. This is one I really wish I would have gotten back in the day. I only saw it in stores once, and I can never seem to find it online that's both in good condition and complete. I would definitely get one if I found one in good condition like that, because that 2007 leader mold isn't bad. A bit dated for sure, but not bad. And I mean, it blows my mind that we haven't gotten a repaint of anything like in, say, Studio Series with the Nightwatch colors. I would love SS32 done up in these colors. That's also a larger problem for Studio Series in general, of lack of repaints with stuff like that, but for some reason to me that one feels particularly egregious. Hell, I wouldn't even mind if the MPM or even the Revenge of the Fallen leader got these colors. Kind of surprised that one didn't get the colors. But yes, I love Nightwatch Optimus Prime. The colors are just so cool. The silver flames, the black, that main blue, I love it. But tell me, what are your favorite alternate colors for Optimus Prime? Did I mention one of them here? And are there some cool ones that I didn't mention here? Let me know down in the comments. As always, I want to give a big thanks to everyone for watching, and have a good one.